everyone and welcome to CFC Fan TV. What a wonderful weekend we have. I'll firstly apologise for the way I look. I haven't done makeup today because I'm worried I'm going to get a few spots for Christmas, and we just can't have that on camera, can we? Especially when we're playing our lovely Boxing Day games. Anyway, now I think before we get into the main topic of this video, which is of course Morata, and by the way, it's not all negative. You know, I don't want to keep doing these negative videos about Morata. I just want to be, you know, critically constructive, give constructive criticism, as they say, and you know, keep up to date with whatever the latest news is that's happening, and we do need to talk about it because at the end of the day, he wasn't even on the bench in probably the biggest game of the season. So basically we're going to go through what happened at the weekend, and I'm sure a load of you want to recap on that because it was a fantastic match. Like I said in my review, I was so pleasantly surprised, as many fans were. I think if you ask any fan before that game, they were thinking, you know, I'll happily take a draw, and we were just begging not to get beat 3-0. And you know, that's not due to any of us being negative or not supporting the players, not supporting the club. It's just the fact that we've had a couple bad weeks, I would say. You know, like I said, even the game against Fulham wasn't exactly the dream performance, and although same scoreline against City, I would say the two games are completely different. One thing I do want to talk about is Sarri's comments after the game. So like I said, we'll get into Morata in a minute, but he did say, you know, us fans are wondering, why can't we show that level of determination in a game against, you know, Tottenham, which for us fans is the biggest game of the season. It's not, in terms of the Premier League, it's not the biggest game of the season, but you know, for us they are our North London rivals. Claude giving me some stick because I said it was the biggest day of the year. I didn't mean it like that. I know Tottenham Arsenal is a huge fixture and they are each other's main rivals, but for Chelsea fans and for Tottenham fans, we don't like each other. So, you know, that is one of the games that we're really up for, and Chelsea didn't turn up in that, and it amazes me because Man City, to me, are the best team in the league. Yes, they're not top at the moment, but I fully expect for them and Liverpool to battle it out. And I just think that for us to display the determination, the quality in our squad, the quality in, you know, our whole team play, not just individually, and to have that against City, but we're not able to do it against Tottenham, that's something to me is just a mental thing. Because even every fan that was at Wembley that day watching us get, you know, thrashed 3-1 against Spurs, it was not a great day, and we could just see the players didn't really have their heads in it. And then you fast forward to one of, well, if not the most difficult game of the season, and we act like a completely different team. We keep a clean sheet and we get 2 phenomenal goals. So, yes, it is very confusing to me. Why Sarri? You know, he says it himself. He doesn't understand why we can't display the same determination in every single game, and I think that's something that he has to work out of the players. I think his tactics are spot on. I think the way he plays football is spot on. Of course, there are a few errors here and there with Kante, and we can discuss that in our next video. But you know, I think from what Sarri's done to come in and get a team performance like this out of a squad that haven't had the best couple of weeks, and are struggling with an up front or a decent forward or a first choice forward that will actually do the job, I think he's done a great job. So that's what I'm going to say on City. And like I said, you know, have a look online, see what Qatari's comments are. But now let's go on to Morata. Now, when he wasn't in the starting lineup, I assumed that last minute he got injured in training, or you know, something along those lines had happened. But Sarri said no, that wasn't it, and it was a tactical decision, and he's fit. Now listen, Sarri is insisting that it was a tactical decision, and he just thought the fact that he was using Eden Hazard in a more front role in this game, and he has Giroud on the bench, there was no need to have, you know, 2 strikers on the bench because they weren't both going to feature. Which, yeah, okay, fine, you can understand it to a certain extent. But for Morata to be a £70 million striker, you can't think that he's sitting at home thinking, oh, okay, I understand that. He's thinking this is, you know, career-wise for him, I don't think it can get much worse than that. You know, you base yourself as a player, you base yourself as someone who has a sporting career on being the best and wanting to be featuring in the best games of the season, and Sarri's left him out of that. I understand Sarri's tactical decision. I'm just saying for Morata, for his self-esteem, for his, you know, it sort of reflects his form since he's been at the club, or since he got injured after he had started very, very well for us. It just hasn't really been his a good time in his career for him, and I think we can all see that. And you know, I think you guys get a bit frustrated that we have to keep doing videos and videos on it, but actually, you know, if you look at it in hindsight, when you've got your £70 million striker not even featuring in a Chelsea versus Man City game, when you're all battling out for top 4 spots, and Pep Guardiola still says that he thinks anyone can win the Premier League at the moment. Now, I'm not being blind. I think that, you know, it probably is out of our depth this season. I think next season they're definitely going to have to watch out for us, because I think we will, you know, sort out our forward situation. But yeah, you know, it's something for Morata. I think the time has now come for, if you're not being included in one of the biggest games of the season, no matter how much Sarri is still insisting he has a career at the club, it's just not going to happen. You know, if anything, if you look at the price tags, okay, if you only need one striker on the bench, you should choose Morata then, if that's what you're insisting. But he chose Giroud, and I think there's loads of reasons for that. I think Giroud hasn't had the best time. He's not scoring goals at the moment, is he? But what he does do, and what a lot of fans appreciate compared to Morata, is the fact that his all-round play is a lot better. They love the link-up play between him and Hazard, and although it didn't really feature, you know, it's not really featured as much of late, that to me shows, you know, says it all. And I'm sure Rory and Charlie will agree with me. I know they will. I know they're becoming too frustrated with him. And unfortunately, you know, for me, the time has now come. Now, there are rumours at the moment of Morata going to AC Milan in January or somewhere else. I will get Charlie in to discuss more of that with you when we have some more definite answers. I'd never like to fuel rumours until I know they are set in stone. But I would make a good guess that even if Sarri does say that he still thinks he has a career at Chelsea, that for Morata's sake, for his career, for the sake of Chelsea moving forward, for Morata to get back to being, you know, a great player that he once was. I mean, we wouldn't have bought him in the first place if we didn't see something in him. You know, it is time for him to leave. I'm sorry to say it. I'm sure he's a wonderful human being. But it does have to be... This cannot continue. It just cannot continue any longer. I think this was the final straw. Whether Sarri likes to see it that way or not, for us fans, we can see, you know, if you're not on the bench in one of the biggest games of the season, at the least, with your price tag, then unfortunately, I think it's time to move on. Just on a side note, before I end this video, I just want to acknowledge what happened during the Man City game, where Raheem Sterling was racially abused by a Chelsea fan, and I just want to start by saying, you know, it's horrendous, and us as Chelsea fans, you know, we definitely aren't all like that. I'm not racist. I don't know anybody else that is. These things shouldn't be in football. I fully expect that he'll receive a ban. I don't know what sort of, probably will be a lifetime ban, but you know, who knows? I don't want to get involved in that too much. But it is really, really sad, and I just want to say, you know, I don't think I need to say, I don't want to say sorry because it wasn't me, but it's a horrible thing to happen, and this is something that's happening not just at Chelsea Football Club, throughout all clubs. You know, we saw a couple of weeks ago with the Tottenham-Arsenal game where a banana was thrown on the pitch. You know, this is a football problem, apparently, you know, and although people like you and I can't relate to it, because I interview fans every single week in, week out, black, white, yellow, green, you know, whatever you want to call it, people from all different countries, all different cities, all parts of England, all parts of the world, and we have no space for anybody being racist, sexist, discriminative towards anyone. So I hope that situation is resolved, and I don't want it to have a bad effect on all of us fans, because, you know, I have so many friends from all walks of life, and I know Charlie and Rory do as well. So it's a really sad thing, and I'm sure the club will deal with it appropriately. So that is today's video. Please comment below and let me know your thoughts on Morata. Let me know your thoughts on the City game. Why do you think we can show that level of determination in one of our hardest games of the season, if not the hardest game, but we can't show it, you know, against Wolves midweek? Comment below, let me know your thoughts, and there's another video coming up tomorrow.
Back. I'm trying to see what's going on, and then yeah, boom, that was a goal.
Keith, lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
What a wonderful evening, late afternoon, whatever you want to call it, and so surprised.
Yep, absolutely. I think it was a major morale boost, not only to the players, but especially to the fans too.
Especially to the fans.
I think everyone coming in thought it was going to be, you know, I was reading a 4-0 draw.